everybody. Welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Mark will be back on Monday. Brady Mallory is with us once again. Hello.
Hi.
Did you have a nice birthday yesterday?
I did, and I have to thank you. She was nice enough to go out and get me a cake and surprise me yesterday. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Really
I hope you had a nice day.
I did. The weather was great. So.
Yes, and today the sun kind of coming in and out. We'll get an update on the forecast in just a little bit, and we'll be taking your calls later this hour for Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care. Brady and I will let you know when it's time to call in. Here's what's topping our news today. Democratic legislators try to codify Roe v. Wade before it potentially gets overturned this summer. But do they have the votes?
And the number of opioid overdoses in Dane County is rising at an alarming rate. Hear why Public Health Madison is trying to sound the alarm.
Plus, the Ukrainian president reaches out to the United Nations trying to get the wounded out of the besieged city of Mariupol. Let's take a look outside today. This is some beautiful video of the migratory pelicans.
They're having the best day right now. Oh, going in.
They are so beautiful. Have you ever seen pelicans? I never understand how they get out of the water.
You know,
they
why
take
would you
off
want
right
to
from the water.
Like this? I think one has a fish. So we have a lake buffet going on there.
They won't be here very long, so if you want to take a glimpse of them, they're out on Monona Bay. Oh, I forgot to put the weather words in today. Sorry, Dana.
It's okay.
What were they?
Oh, something about the rain, I think.
Okay.
Rain for some. Yeah. Well, we'll get to the forecast. The weather words will come out of my mouth eventually. We have some pockets of sunshine right now. Some areas dealing with a cloudy sky. Here's a live look over Madison. You can see the sun. See my squinty eyes trying to check out this graphic because it is, again, trying to get a little sunny for us. We're at 62 in Madison with a light breeze. It's comfortable outside. 59 in Janesville and 61 in Mineral Point. Looking at our Doppler track, things have been really quiet today. The good news here, we're talking about shower chances. They've really stayed to the south today, and that's likely going to be the trend for us overnight and for tomorrow, mainly south of Madison for any rain passing through. We are still keeping that chance for showers in the forecast, though, for Friday. A mostly cloudy sky otherwise, with breezy conditions about 10 to 20 miles per hour. High temperatures in a pretty similar spot in the low 60s. As far as traffic is concerned right now, a lot of green popping up. No accidents popping up, though, in Dane County. The Beltline a little slow eastbound. Downtown Janesville looks good, and north and southbound on the interstate fairly smooth for us. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, 17 minutes for us this evening. You might need the shades for the drive home and then the windshield wiper blades for tomorrow.
All right, Dana, thank you. We'll check back in just a little bit. First at 4, additional taller security barriers are going up around the U.S. Supreme Court.
With demonstrations expected to only intensify there and around the country ahead of a final ruling on the direct challenge to Roe v. Wade. The opinion is expected by early July, and it could shape the more than 20 states nationwide that are moving toward putting the more restrictive laws in place. Some of those bills have been tied up in lower federal courts, pending the high court's decision. Some conservative states are also moving to restrict use of abortion drugs, which some analysts believe could be a new front in the battle over access.
I think that there is going to be a battle between the states and the federal government, which allows the distribution of abortion pills, and states which try and outlaw the distribution and use of abortion pills within their boundaries.
Democratic states and local leaders are bracing for a possible influx of women seeking abortion services, and that includes Illinois, which is surrounded by several states that would restrict access if Roe is overturned. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says next week the Senate will vote on a bill to make abortion rights federal law. The Democratic bill to codify Roe v. Wade is not expected to get the 60 votes necessary to move forward.
Outside of the state capitol today, state Democrats hosted a rally blasting Republicans for their, quote, attacks on abortion. Speakers specifically called out Senator Ron Johnson, Speaker Robin Vos, and gubernatorial candidate Rebecca Clayfish, saying they have waged a full-scale assault against reproductive health care.
While abortion is still legal in Wisconsin right now, the threat is real and it is imminent. This summer, most abortions could become illegal here, leaving Wisconsinites without access to critical health care services.
The Democrats cited public opinion polls that show Roe v. Wade has public support both in Wisconsin and at the national level.
We contacted the Republican National Convention for a response. Ronna McDaniel said, in part, the leak from the Supreme Court is extremely alarming and the court deserves to deliberate without intimidation. Democrats are showing once again how extreme they really are on abortion, pushing taxpayer-funded on-demand and unlimited abortion up until the moment of birth and after.
In other news today, the number of opioid deaths in Dane County is skyrocketing.
It has county health officials looking for the reasons behind this uptick and how to solve it.
Eric Franke is here now with more details. Eric?
Well, Susan and Brady, the numbers reveal a staggering increase. The overdose death rate now more than 4 times more than the death from car crash rate, 3.5 times that of gun deaths, and a massive spike between 2016 and 2020. That is pre-pandemic, the highest number they've ever seen. Now waiting on those 2021 numbers, which they expect to be even higher. In an overdose fatality review out today, they say black people are 3 times as likely to die from overdoses as white people. The increase, they believe, is rooted in long-standing inequities, including harsher sentences for drug offenses.
Our team interviewed their families affected by drug overdose to help gain insight that we know we never could get from medical records or criminal reports. Their voices are heard throughout our report, sharing their memories, their frustrations, and their hopes for the future.
Now, the number of people who died from synthetic opioids like fentanyl was 5 times higher from 2018 to 2020 than it was from 2014 to 2016. Researchers also found 44% of the county's drug overdose deaths had multiple drugs in their system. For a closer look at those numbers in this report, find the article we've linked at channel3000.com. Brady? Thank
you, Eric. Lake Delton police took a wanted fugitive in custody mid-afternoon. This followed a police pursuit on the interstate that began around 1:30. Lake Delton police say there is no danger to the public, though. The man accused of shooting and killing his coworker at a Janesville business appeared in court today. Kevin Todd appeared via Zoom from the Rock County Jail, where he requested a preliminary hearing in person. That hearing is scheduled for June. Todd is charged with 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide and 3 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. Police say Todd shot and killed Devin Hills at Precision Drawn Metals last month. An autopsy found Hills' death was the result of gunshot wounds.
Activists and members of the Native community wrapped the Capitol in red today for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's Day. Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's Day is a community-based grassroots movement raising awareness and addressing the lack of a response when a Native woman or girl goes missing or is murdered. The women wrapped red around the Capitol by wearing red outfits and holding hands together to raise awareness about their missing and murdered relatives. Indigenous women and girls are murdered at rates 10 times higher than the national average. Ukrainian forces continue to hold on in the southern port city of Mariupol, denying Russia's attempt to completely capture the city.
And now Ukraine's president is asking the UN to help the wounded who are trapped there under constant Russian attack.
Bradley Blackburn reports from the United Nations.
The battle for Mariupol is not over yet. Russian forces are bombarding the steel plant where Ukrainian troops are still holding on. Ukraine's foreign minister says Russia is not interested in negotiating.
If you prefer talks to war, you do not besiege Azovstal and shell them 24 hours per day.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says many civilians and wounded forces remain in the plant, and some will need to be dug out from underground bunkers by hand.
The United Nations is now assisting with evacuation efforts in Mariupol and working with the International Red Cross to get another evacuation convoy there by Friday.
Some women, children, and the elderly made it to Ukrainian safe zones before Ukrainian officials say Russia violated the promise of a ceasefire.
We do hope that this operation will continue and that we will be able to evacuate other numbers of civilians.
A European official tells CBS News Russian forces have not progressed very far on the ground in Ukraine, ahead of May 9th Victory Day celebrations, which marked the Soviet Union's defeat of Nazi Germany. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
First Lady Jill Biden is traveling to Romania and Slovakia to highlight the U.S. commitment to Ukrainian refugees and soldiers over Mother's Day weekend.
The CrossFit Games are officially returning to Madison for another year. The games are scheduled to be held at the Alliance Center this summer, but today's announcement extends that commitment for another year. The 2023 CrossFit Games were reportedly under consideration to move to Dallas, Austin, or Denver. The CrossFit Games have been in Madison since 2017, and Justin Berg, the Vice President of Sport and Partnership, wants to keep it that way for at least one more year.
So we're really excited to go back to Madison. They've been a terrific host venue. We feel we've got some really good life there. The Coliseum right now is sold out, so there's certainly demand and interest from fans to be back at in-person competitions, at the finals, and that's such a kind of a magical environment.
Berg says they'll continue to look at options for 2024, saying that locations outside of the U.S. are also being considered.
Well, there are long lines at the Olbrich Botanical Gardens. Its corpse plant is in full bloom. The garden has 4 rare corpse flowers, and this one hasn't bloomed since 2010. Olbrich staff announced the bloom yesterday afternoon on Facebook, adding it will likely only last 24 to 36 hours before it collapses.
I've heard hot garbage. I think it kind of smells like hot garbage. I've heard rotting fish, rancid meat. Somebody told me potato chips. I don't get that at all, but to each their own.
Well, how about that?
I also heard dirty socks.
Well, to make sure as many people as possible have the chance to experience all of that for themselves, the Bulls Conservatory's hours have been extended today until 7 p.m. Oh, look at that. The corpse flower earned its name from its putrid bloom, which does smell like rotten flesh, as a way to attract pollinators. Oh, nope.
And seize the day because it won't last long. It blooms very briefly.
I like looking at it from here. Maybe.
Yeah, right, exactly. I like all the descriptions of what it smells like. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, we'll talk about the latest on the Russian war in Ukraine.
And we'll be joined by Yoshiko Herrera, a Russian expert from UW-Madison, when we return.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
And I walked right into U.S. Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free.
What'd he say?
He's unsure. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
No matter who you are, being yourself can be tough when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere, causing inflammation that can lead to asthma attacks. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help. Tespire is a new add-on treatment for people 12 and over that proactively reduces inflammation, which means you could have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions like rash or an eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. By helping control your asthma, Tespire can help you be you. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
We got to see the selection for ourselves.
Tile, wood, stone, laminate, and vinyl?
This hardwood is beautiful.
This vinyl is durable.
And this tile? So affordable.
But when it comes to everything our family needs, this one is perfect.
Now this store is the real deal.
At Floor & Decor, there's plenty of room to explore. Because with everyday low pricing on quality in-stock products and on-trend styles, you can really bring your living room to life. Discover Floor & Decor today.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Even liberal fact checkers say Democrats have repeatedly lied about me. Now they distorted my record on the tax relief I got for more than 90% of American businesses. The truth is, because of my efforts, small businesses like these on Main Street were able to stay competitive with the big guys. I held firm so that all businesses got tax cuts, allowing them to grow and create good-paying jobs. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
I can't believe we forgot to say this at the top of the show. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah. It's been busy today.
It's been busy. We're not connecting the dots. But if you have plans for Cinco de Mayo today, they probably include enjoying some guacamole.
We don't have any now,
No,
do
we don't.
No. Well, avocados are getting more and more expensive. Last week, the price of a carton of Hass avocados hit an average high of nearly $79. Get this, a year ago, that price was about $40. U.S. import suspensions and enhanced safety inspections have also driven up the prices. But keep dipping those chips, everyone. There is relief in sight. The Peruvian avocado season has started, which means the overall supply will increase and could push those prices down. And later this year, the U.S. will start accepting avocados from another region in Mexico that produces them.
The U.S. government's April jobs report, which comes out tomorrow morning, is expected to confirm America's job growth is slowing. Economists predict the report will show the economy added just under 400,000 jobs in April. That would be the slowest job growth in a year. If economists are correct, the report would still look good when compared to pre-pandemic times, but it would be a sign that the days of millions of job gains per month are over.
Productivity for U.S. workers and businesses dropped 7.5% in the first quarter of 2022. It's the biggest decline since 1947. Today, the U.S. Labor Department released new data that also reported an 11.6% increase in labor costs. That is a measure of how much businesses pay its workers. It's the biggest jump for labor costs since the summer of 2020. The numbers reveal how competition for workers has pushed up wages. They also reflect ongoing supply chain shortages. At the same time, the Federal Reserve is trying to drive down inflation by raising interest rates.
The stock market took a big U-turn today, with the Dow posting its largest decline this year, just 24 hours after its largest gain since 2020. Technology stocks took the biggest hit. The Dow lost 1,063 points. The Nasdaq dropped 647, and the S&P 500 dropped 153. Well, as we showed you earlier, Ukraine's military says Russian troops are now inside the steel factory in Mariupol.
This as Russia steps up its attacks in the eastern part of the country.
Yoshiko Herrera is a professor of political science at UW-Madison. She is an expert on Ukraine and Eastern Europe. Yoshiko, it's so good to see you in person. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So President Zelensky asked the United Nations to help get these civilians that are trapped under the steel plant to safety. Why? Can you tell us why the Russians are so desperate to get control of Mariupol?
Well, Mariupol is in one of the regions that they had recognized the independence of at the start of the war, and they have been battling to take over Mariupol since the beginning, and they still haven't quite completed it. And they have a big holiday coming up May 9th, and people think that they're trying to show some kind of success in advance of that holiday, and so they've made a big push. But unfortunately, there are these civilians as well as fighters trapped in this steel plant inside Mariupol.
And that's why we keep hearing about that big focus on May 9th. We've been hearing about that for the last few weeks then.
Right. Normally in Moscow, it would be huge parades and military attire for everybody and military hardware. But this year, everybody is wondering what's going to happen on May 9th. Is Putin going to announce a further mobilization? Is he going to expand the war? Some people think he might end the war or claim a victory of some sort. He will almost certainly claim a victory. But what else he's going to do is a question.
And the whole day marks the Russian victory over the Nazis. Is that what the day designates? Isn't that one of the justifications Russia used for attacking Ukraine?
Yes, exactly. It's the day that the Soviet forces reached Berlin, and so that's the significance. And the Soviet and now Russian version of the war that Nazism was a war against Soviet people. And so this is kind of symbolic for the rationale that Putin has given for the war.
Well, we talked a little bit about NATO before, but Finland and Sweden are considering joining. What effect does that have on Russia?
Well, it's the opposite of their goals. They wanted to halt or reduce NATO expansion, and since they began the war, two countries which for almost 70 years had been opposed to joining NATO, public opinion has shifted, and so both Finland and Sweden are looking to join as soon as possible.
It'll be very interesting. Over the 2 months of fighting, Russia has only been able to control one city fully. It's day 69, I believe, of the war in Ukraine today. So are there any signs at all that the war might be coming to an end?
Well, it's hard to say. You can see signs of the Ukrainians certainly have pushed back Russian forces from places they have been. But on the other hand, it also looks like the Russians have dug in and are trying to achieve some sort of victory. And so they're having trouble doing that, but it doesn't look right now that they're ready to give up.
And now they're focusing on the eastern Ukraine.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, those are the areas that a war had been going on actually since 2008, and they're actually trying to expand beyond. They controlled about 1/3 of the territory of two republics, Donetsk and Luhansk, and so they still haven't actually captured fully those two territories, let alone the rest of Ukraine. And so I think the Russians are trying to achieve something, and that area would allow them also to have a land connection to Crimea.
All right. Well, before we wrap up really quick, is all of this sustainable?
It doesn't look like it. With the new infusion of weapons to Ukraine from the U.S. and from Europe, and the resolve of the Ukrainian people, it looks like they are absolutely committed to maintaining the sovereignty of their country. And on the Russian side, they're not doing well, but they're also not showing signs right now of giving up.
Yoshiko, it's been so great to have you along to help us understand this complex and complicated war.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your input. I'm sure we'll have you back very soon.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Coming up next on Live at 4, it don't mean a thing if it don't got that swing, right?
For the first time in 3 years, New Orleans Jazz Fest has returned. Hey, stick around to find out more.
Fry Construction is celebrating 27 years with a big anniversary sale. Join us to save 27%. That's right, 27%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 27% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Since I left for college, my dad has gotten back into some of his old hobbies. And now he's taking Trulicity. And it looks like he's gotten into some new, healthier habits, too.
What changes are you making for your type 2 diabetes? Maybe it's time to try Trulicity. It's proven to help lower A1C. It could help you lose up to 10 pounds. And it's only taken once a week, so it can fit into your busy life. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. The choices you make can help control your A1C. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I have experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor.
Well, take a look at this. A more than 100-year-old Broadway institution is now on a whole other level. Broadway has seen plenty of stars on the rise in the theater, but have you ever seen a theater rise on Broadway? A massive renovation project in Manhattan is defying gravity.
Oh, well
I'm no Idina Menzel, but I try. It's raising the historic Palace Theater on Broadway, some 30 feet over the course of 4 months. That's about 1/4 of an inch an hour for all of you math lovers. 34 hydraulic lifting posts push the 14 million pound theater box upward to the 3rd floor of the building. The Palace opened in 1913, and it's one of Broadway's oldest theaters.
That is what you call an uplifting story. That's pretty cool.
Very
It's an
cool.
engineering marvel.
Yes.
Wow.
I would not stand under it, though, still. And I trust our engineers still wouldn't stand under it.
Tempting fate.
I'm impressed with your singing, by the way.
Are you, though? I don't know. That's nice of you.
So some big changes are coming in the weather. We're going to go from spring right to the middle of summer.
Right to the middle of summer. Temperatures that we usually see in the end of June, but we're going to get
that was going to happen.
Yeah, we like to swing it one way and then the other. It's spring in Wisconsin. We'll take a look at that temperature jump right after the break.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
My sister's managing a lot, including her type 2 diabetes, but she's found new ways to stay on top of it all.
Once weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C, and it can help you lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Save yourself money with Farmers?
That's not wrong. When you switch your home and auto policies to Farmers, you could save yourself an average of $730.
That's something.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At Menards, we've got the tools and accessories you need to tackle your outdoor projects. And right now, you'll save 11% on everything. Keep your mower powered up with an FVP lawn and garden battery. Right now, they're all 11% off. Store and protect your outdoor tools, equipment, and seasonal items with Aero Storage Buildings. Save 11% on all Aero Storage Buildings, like the 10x12-foot Arlington shed. Get 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about our $99 prescription sunglasses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now, we have seen some pockets of sun come through today and also a few light drizzle spots in Rock and Greene counties, but otherwise, it's been a pretty quiet afternoon. A lot of that rain that we were keeping a close eye on has stayed further to the south. The center of this system at the very southern edge of Illinois and Indiana, not quite lifting far enough north to get us on the northern edge of that. Our next round of rain does seem to be a little bit higher, but for tomorrow, it looks like the chance of showers will still generally be south of Dane County. So if you're in Monroe or Janesville, might want to keep the umbrella on hand, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a total washout for our area. In fact, some folks might not even see any rain pass through for Friday. Right now, again, the rain in Illinois, temperatures overnight with our cloudy sky only dropping down to the upper 40s to start off the day tomorrow. We will have the chance for showers for the afternoon, but much of this rain continuing to pull further back. As we look ahead to Friday, temperatures will be close to 60 for afternoon highs yet again, but the real warm-up jumps in as we look ahead to this weekend and carrying into next week. For Saturday, a mostly sunny sky in the afternoon. High temperatures will be in the mid to upper 60s. A really pleasant day expected for Saturday. And even warmer weather once we get beyond that. Rainfall totals over the next about 36 hours. As I mentioned, it's really not going to bring a lot of rain, but we might have a few raindrops, under 1/10 of an inch for us in southern Wisconsin. Highs tomorrow, close to 60 degrees, a mostly cloudy sky with breezy conditions. Even though it won't be rainy, we still have our wind speeds in that 10 to 20 mile per hour range. Beyond this, a little bit of a warming trend anchoring in for us. Our 6 to 10 day and our 8 to 14 day still showing those above average temperatures throughout the Midwest and the East Coast. So we're really expecting everyone to get that June-like weather for the middle of the month. 62 the high for Friday with that chance for showers. Again, really pulling to the south. Mostly sunny on Saturday with high temperatures in the mid-60s. We stay in the mid-60s on Sunday for Mother's Day. And the good news for all of our moms, Susan, that we're pulling back on the rain chance for us on Sunday. Sunday should be dry with just a slight chance for a light isolated shower late in the day. But heading into next week, that's when the 80s really start to arrive. We're in the upper 70s on Monday, mid-80s for Tuesday and Wednesday, and pulling back on those rain chances for next week. It's going to be much more mild outside, and by the end of the week, more chances for showers and thunderstorms arriving with temperatures still trending above average at that point.
So now we're in the season where we're all looking for that friend who has a boat.
Correct.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Absolutely. We need a boat buddy.
Wow, mid-80s next week.
Mid-80s.
Crazy swings.
Yes. That's late June weather, really. Sometimes, July high temperatures, mid to low 80s would be the average there, and we're really ramping up ahead of that. So
we've earned it.
Yes, yes. After the cool stretch, we've earned it. I'm a windows open kind of gal in the spring, but I think that might be an AC kind of day in our house, unfortunately.
Right.
I would try to avoid turning that on as long as possible. We'll see.
Well, enjoy those few days.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dana.
New Orleans' beloved Jazz and Heritage Festival is back this year after a 2-year pandemic hiatus.
CBS's Jamie Wax, a Louisiana native, has been going to the Jazz Fest since he was a teenager.
Here's his love letter to the event.
Everyone in every place missed their celebrations during the pandemic. But here in New Orleans, a city built on over 300 years of deep celebrations, some losses went equally deep and made life here in the Big Easy a little difficult.
And this just in, Jazz Fest has announced it is canceling this year.
I know the Lord will take care of me. I know, big deal. It's a music festival. But Jazz Fest means so much more than that here. But my favorite Jazz Fest memories have been hugging a long-lost friend under the shade of the big oak, seeing a local church choir blow the roof off the gospel tent, watching a young Mardi Gras Indian proudly carrying on his family's tradition. And of course, like any Louisiana celebration, there's the food. Food most of us only get at Jazz Fest. Crawfish bread, crawfish Monica, cochon de lait po' boy. A little fresh slaw. When Jazz Fest was canceled for the first time since it started in 1970, and yes, that includes the year after Katrina, then rescheduled, then canceled again. It wasn't just devastating to those of us in the audience. But as New Orleans' own Tank from Tank and the Bangas told us,
we're back. That's all I can say.
13 years ago this week, I had my fourth date with the woman who would become my wife at Jazz Fest. It was the date when I realized I wasn't just into this woman, I was falling in love with her, as you can see on my face in this embarrassing photo from that day. Since then, we've created memories there with our older children. Now, we get to enjoy our pandemic baby's first fest. It reminds us that when we share each other's music, food, and culture with open hearts, we're sharing love and respect for what makes us different and what makes us alike. Not even disease or division can stop that. In a complicated world, at a complicated time, that seems like something worth celebrating. Jamie Wax, CBS News.
I've never been to New Orleans, but that story makes me want to go.
It's a beautiful city, and I don't know, it looked like a lot of fun down there.
Yeah, it really did. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, a heartwarming story about a boy, a baseball, and a very large baseball player.
And then at 5, naming people in news stories about minor crimes is becoming a hot topic around the world. Naomi Coles breaks it down for us.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Hello, spring. Hello, savings. Now at the Century House. Save hundreds with a free leather upgrade. Or get $300 off stressless Mike and Max motorized recliners with a soft rocking motion that provides instant comfort. And $300 off the new 50th anniversary retro stressless Royal recliner. Available with the iconic stressless original base. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
People with plaque psoriasis are rethinking the choices they make, like the shot they take, the memories they create, or the spin they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, you can achieve clearer skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla can cause serious allergic reactions. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. So join us on air, online, and in your village.
And take time for kids.
Tonight at 5, overdose deaths in Dane County continue to rise. We dig into the newest data to find out why. We also take a look at some of the experts' recommendations.
Expect rain showers to move into southern Wisconsin tonight, but not everybody will see the rain. The better chances will be in areas south of Madison. After a dry and mainly mild weekend, summer-like warmth arrives Monday. I'll tell you how warm it'll get at 5.
And ahead at 6, how a local man story led News 3 Now to change its crime reporting policy. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Well, Los Angeles is looking rather angelic today.
Nice and sunny. What's the temperature? 85 degrees there today. You can see Capitol Records and the Hollywood sign.
Doesn't get much more LA than that.
That's pretty iconic. A young Yankees fan whose reaction to getting an Aaron Judge home run ball in Toronto went viral got an even bigger thrill.
He and the Blue Jays fan who gave him the ball were able to meet the Yankees slugger himself. Michael George has this heartwarming story from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.
This Aaron Judge home run Tuesday night in Toronto kicked off a week young Derek Rodriguez will remember forever.
It's caught by a Blue Jay fan, and he gives it to an Aaron Judge fan.
9-year-old Derek tearfully hugged Blue Jays fan Mike Lanzillotta in a heartwarming moment that went viral.
I wanted to not make a big scene because I was like, wait a minute, it's going to appear all over TV. But I couldn't hold back my tears.
He wrapped his arms around me, and I just had like an overwhelming feeling of joy and elation. I wouldn't ever give up that moment for anything.
The exchange even captured the attention of the slugger himself.
That's passion right there. That's Yankee fans right there.
Both the Blue Jays and Yankees fan got another thrill when they were invited into the Yankees dugout Wednesday for batting practice before the next game. Once again, young Derek shed a few tears. Judge signed the ball and gave the boy a pair of his batting gloves.
That's what's special about this game, man. It doesn't matter, what jersey you wear. They're everybody's fans. Everybody appreciates this game.
And there's more to come. The Yankees have invited the Rodriguez family and Lanzillotta to Yankee Stadium later this season to watch a game from the Judges' Chamber seats in right field. If you were in the stands and there was a Blue Jays fan, would you do the same thing?
I would do the same thing, because, I'm already old enough. Not mine, I don't need to shine anymore too much. But for the kid, it's more for the passion for the kid, So I felt like that was a great thing to do,
Derek says he and Lanzillotta are now friends forever. Michael George, CBS News at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.
That is such a great story. What a good guy, isn't he?
He had a great day, didn't he?
By the way, you may have guessed, Derek is named after Yankee Hall of Famer Derek Jeter.
That makes sense.
Yeah. When we come back, a chance to get some free advice from a veterinarian.
Dr. Carrie Donahue is here to take your pet questions. The number to call is 608-270-9933. Call in right now and we'll take your questions live at 4 when we continue.
It's so good to see you. Ma, let's not mess up with the hat.
Darling.
Also, these hats are available here at the Bruce Company, and I don't think we've ever looked better, honestly.
I agree, 100%.
So it's not all that colorful outside, so you need to come to the Bruce Company, come in their beautiful greenhouse, because this place is just going to make you happy. There's just no other way to say it.
It has been a really long journey into spring this year. It's been up, it's been down, but yes, come in here, everybody's start for color. And we've got all kinds of annual flowers, herbs are here, we've got veg, we've got beautiful blooming things outside. It's a perfect antidote for the end of winter, almost spring is here kind of blues.
Just the amount of things you have in the color. What did you call this beautiful thing?
That is a succulent basket.
Well, I'm taking that succulent home to suck out all of the winter blues that I've had.
What a good idea.
And how about this? Just some nice little things for your porch?
Yes, if you're not a person who thinks that you have a very green thumb, then you can try something that is maybe not growing that's color.
Right.
We have all kinds of these, what we call kinetic garden art in the store. And then I love these. These are art poles. They come in a bunch of different styles and sizes, and they're
indoor,
PVC.
Outdoor?
Indoor, outdoor, but they're pretty indestructible.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so great to add some pattern and color to your borders, or we've got some small ones that can go in pots.
If you're out doing gardening and you don't want the sunlight to hit your face,
get a sun hat.
Get a sun hat. They have it all here at the Bruce Company. I have missed you.
I have missed you too, Emmy.
A real hug after this so we can take these hats off. I'm Emmy Finks, she's Lisa Briggs, and
we're buzzed into Madison.
You didn't even forget over the winter. You are good.
I never would.
Fry Construction is celebrating 27 years with a big, big, big
big anniversary sale. Join us to save 27%. That's right, 27%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 27% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Even liberal fact-checkers say Democrats have repeatedly lied about me. Now they distorted my record on the tax relief I got for more than 90% of American businesses. The truth is, because of my efforts, small businesses like these on Main Street were able to stay competitive with the big guys. I held firm so that all businesses got tax cuts, allowing them to grow and create good-paying jobs. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
No accidents to report right now, but I do want to take a quick look at Dane County as the Beltline's slowing down a little bit, especially eastbound. Westbound things slow down close to 151 and then pick back up as you get closer to Monona, downtown Janesville. No delays for us this evening, and the interstate north and southbound actually looks fairly smooth. As far as drive times go, we also have some green popping up. Everything looks like we're sitting in a pretty good spot. That's a quick look at traffic.
Thank you, Dana. Meet the winner of Gerber's 12th annual photo search. What a cutie. Issa Slish is Gerber's 2022 spokesbaby and chief growing officer. She was born September 18th, 2021 in Oklahoma and is the first Gerber baby with a limb difference. Her mom says she found out at 18 weeks into the pregnancy she would be born without part of her right leg. She says she hopes Issa's story can bring more awareness for limb differences and create greater inclusion for kids like her. The spokesbaby designation comes with $25,000 in cash, which the family says it will use for medical expenses. And they'll also get free Gerber products for a year.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful baby and a great. I love that she's raising awareness about that.
More
That's
kids
great.
can feel like they can be seen too.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to get your pet questions answered live.
Look who's here for the first time in, what has it been, Carrie? Almost 2 years?
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care is here, and we're taking your calls today. It's a great day to call in. We have 4 lines open. At 608, you have to dial 608-270-9933. But we don't have Poppy today.
Yeah, where's Poppy?
Right, Poppy is resting comfortably at home, so
She doesn't like to travel in the car, right?
She really doesn't like going outside of her comfort zone.
Same.
So yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, it's really good to see you.
You too, really good to be here.
Let's go ahead and get to the phones, and we'll start with Ann in Sun Prairie. Hi, Ann. What's your question? Oh, there you go. Hi, Ann. What's your question?
Yes, I have a Shih Tzu, and she's all of a sudden started tearing Kleenex up and napkins or anything she can get, and her toys, and eating the stuff, eating it all. And now she started chewing her back foot. I don't know what's going on with her.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that is something that you just kind of have to be careful about, because if they're ingesting things that they shouldn't, you know, the worst thing that could happen would be an intestinal blockage. So you really have to be on top of that and watch her and kind of, you know, take away any of those things that she might be chewing up and getting into. But one thing I might say is just increase her activity. And now with the weather warming up, it's easier to get outside and play and kind of tire her out that way, so she doesn't feel like she's got to get her energy out by eating things that she shouldn't.
Do they do that just because they're bored, or they're...
Sometimes, yeah, it's hard to say, but that could, I mean, that is a reason why they do that. They're just looking for something, and, you know, they find paper products and toys to chew, but the worst thing is if they actually ingest those things.
Right. Well, we have another question. We have Wendy from Milton. What's your question?
Hi, I was wondering what I can do to get my dog from licking her feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and this is a common thing that we see this time of year because we're getting into spring allergy season. So there are grasses, there are pollens, trees, weeds, all of that stuff out there that if you're walking your dog, he is, you know, coming into contact with, and then they'll get inside and they might be irritated from those pollens and they'll start to lick. So the big thing that I recommend is whenever you come in from being outside, just using kind of like a sensitive skin baby wipe and wiping down his
his or her feet, getting in between the toes, getting anything off that might be sitting on the fur and causing the irritation.
And it's usually allergies, right?
That's the most common reason why dogs lick their feet, but another reason is just kind of like boredom or anxiety. They can focus on their feet, but this time of year, allergies are the big one.
All right, let's go to Jeannie in Fort Atkinson. Hi there, what's your question?
Hi, my dog has colitis more than not, and I'm just wondering if there's anything that can be done for that.
Well, colitis is just inflammation in the GI tract, and a lot of times that shows up as just kind of chronic soft stool diarrhea. Kind of a natural thing that you could do at home would be to add in probiotics, and probiotics are helpful in just kind of, you know, repopulating the GI tract with the good bacteria. Another thing that you could add in would be a little bit of extra fiber, and a good way to do that is adding in just canned pumpkin. And you can do a teaspoon up to a tablespoon of canned pumpkin with each meal, and that can kind of help if you're seeing that soft stool, that diarrhea consistently.
And how do you add probiotics? Is they just the ones we take over the counter, or there's special ones for dogs?
There are special ones for dogs. I mean, they share a lot of the same gut bacteria that we do, so it is safe to use a human probiotic for dogs, but they also have specific ones for dogs that you can find at almost any pet store.
Can you use yogurt?
You can use yogurt.
Okay.
And I would recommend just using plain, unflavored, full-fat yogurt and doing it in a small amount, like starting with a teaspoon. It doesn't have the same amount of good bacteria, but it's kind of a nice way to start to see if your dog will take that easily.
All right, good idea.
Well, up next we have Sue from Sauk City. What's your question, Sue?
No, I almost forgot the question. When dogs get anxiety, do they also get that diarrhea and stuff like that? Because I pet sit dogs, and when there's more than one here, they get anxiety. And just recently, I bought Proviable. I don't know how to pronounce it. And that helped with the diarrhea for one of them.
Okay.
So that was good.
Yeah, there is really a strong connection between anxiety for dogs and cats and kind of like that soft stool diarrhea as well. It's just inflammation, kind of systemic inflammation. When there's inflammation in the GI tract, that's when you get the diarrhea. So doing what you can to decrease stress is a great way to try to prevent that.
All right, let's try to get Steve in Madison on the line. Hi, Steve, what's your question?
My cat doesn't seem to want to eat his wet cat food, and I'm wondering what some reasons might be.
Yeah, cats are so finicky, you know, with what type of food they prefer. Some cats only want to eat canned food, some cats only dry food, and it is really good to get that moisture in whenever they eat. So if your cat only likes dry food, I would say just adding in some water or chicken broth so they get the moisture in with the dry food, because you might not be able to make that switch for them.
Should you give them both?
You can definitely do both, yeah.
But it doesn't, or just one or the other?
One or the other, but for cats, canned food or food that has extra moisture in is always better for them. So as much as you can, yeah, that's the thing to do.
Thank you so much. We're all out of time. Thanks for your calls today, everybody. Carrie, we'll do this again soon. Good to see you. Give Poppy a hug for us.
Okay, I will do that.
And we'll be right back after a quick break.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 40% off clearance and special buy appliances. Plus, pay no interest for 12 months. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
The lowest prices of the season sale is happening now at Ashley. Up to 64% off hot new looks. Plus, get an additional 10% off at checkout. Doorbuster savings throughout the store. And pay no interest for 36 months. Only at Ashley.
Overdose deaths in Dane County continue to rise. We dig into the newest data to find out why. We also take a look at some of the experts' recommendations. Plus, we'll tell you about a new hiring event at the airport. That's coming up at 5.
Want to know what the weather is like right now where you live? Download the First Warn Weather app and I'll give you my hour-by-hour forecast.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
A little bit of sunshine over Madison right now with temperatures in the low 60s overall. Not too bad of an evening. The rain really staying south of us. Now, as we look ahead to tomorrow, still the chance to have a few more showers, mainly south of Dane County. We'll be right back.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. Call now before our busy summer season and get $500 off whole home insulation. But that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. You can already have it and not know it. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidney health could depend on what you do today. Farxiga is a pill that works in the kidneys to help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis. Take aim at chronic kidney disease by talking to your doctor and asking about Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Farxiga. He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor.
In our final touch, I hope you're hungry.
Argentina prepared what it claimed to be the world's largest Neapolitan Milanese Tuesday to mark the country's Milanesa. The breaded beefsteak is one of Argentina's most beloved dishes and is based on the Italian Milanese made from veal cutlets. The record had not yet been certified by the Guinness World Records, but it had certified locally to pave the way for a future record holder. The Neapolitan Milanese version, which is said to have been created in the South American country, is cooked with tomato sauce and melted cheese placed on top. Milanese Day is an annual holiday celebrated on May 3rd to commemorate the South American nation's favorite dish.
Looks delicious.
I would like some now.
Now we are hungry. All right, one more day, Brady. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you there.
Thank you for your help. That'll do it for us tonight at 4, everybody. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.